Hey folks, it's Andrew here from andrewmaguire.co.uk, and I'm doing a review on the Osprey Kestrel 68 rucksack. Now I took this bad boy with me to Snowdonia on a recent weekend trip, and it performed really well. I was really pleased with it. And I'm just going to do a quick rundown, starting from the bottom all the way to the top of its features, and at the end I'll do a couple of pros and cons that I found with it. So at the bottom, there's a lovely little inbuilt dry bag which is connected, so in a storm it's not going to go flying off, which is nice. So I've now got to face the challenge of neatly wrapping that back up, but obviously you can squeeze it all together, stick it back in. As well, I put my emergency rations there, so if you have any food or any drink that you don't want to touch, sugary drinks, that sort of thing, stick it right at the bottom and it'll be nice and cushioned in there. And just immediately above that is the slightly bigger section. Now, classically, I use this for putting walking boots in there or sleeping bags, something that's fairly bulky. But what is nice about this section is just above it, there's like a quick access area where you can, from the top or from the bottom, you can grab things there. So it's not like a sectioned off section. You can obviously put quite a substantial amount in there, and then you can obviously bulk up the main bit with that. And then let's move on to the main pocket. Now, in here, you can fit in so much stuff. I am a photographer and I use this, obviously, I have a lot of heavy photography equipment. So if you are a photographer and you are in a wild camper or that sort of thing, and you're constantly thinking you haven't got enough room to put your gear in, I managed to get a tripod in here, and I went up a couple of mountains, and I also got my actual camera rucksack inside this bag, so there is quite a lot of room in here, just to give you some idea of space. On the top there are two quick access pockets. On the bottom they're fairly similar size, but again, depending on what you've got stuffed in the bag will depend how much stuff you can get in the top. I use this for my gloves, my hats and my head torch. And again, just right on top of that is a slightly less deep pocket that you can do exactly the same. Perfect for little little treats that you might want to get yourself, some sweets, that sort of thing. Now moving to the front, there is again one of these sort of mesh pockets. It's not a zip pocket, so don't put your really sort of valuable items in here because you could lose them. So I've just got a spare bottle of water in there. It's perfect for a map. I think I also dropped my compass in there as well, or I might have put that in the top. And that's great. And as well, that being said, we've got a side pocket, two side mesh pockets, perfect for external water bottles, that sort of thing. And as well, that being said, there is also side access, which are not the main pocket. So on the right hand side of the bag, there's a huge area here for even more storage, which is really cool, I think. And on the other side, I'm just double checking that we've got exactly the same. No, this one on the left hand side gives you entry into the main pocket. So it's just on the right hand side of the bag where you get the separated storage. Now, also, one thing that I really liked about this bag is the separate water reservoir in the back. Now this is where I kept my this is only a 1.5 litre bag, and this stuff right in there. But what I really liked about this bag is no matter how hot I got or how hot it got, this water temperature did not change. It still kept cool. So I don't know what the science is behind this, but this was, it says here it's an airscape, so all the heat that you generate from your back, I don't know again what the science is behind it, but it doesn't translate into the back of your bag. So if you've got chocolate in there, or if you've got anything that might melt, there's a bit of peace of mind really. So that was a really nice feature. Your sort of hip straps around your front are very comfortable. In fact, the whole of the back of the bag has got this cushioned, I guess it's some sort of neoprene waterproof thing, or it's very breathable. Never once do you feel like this is very cheaply made. This feels really well made, and never once does this thing feel uncomfortable or cumbersome. Again, that goes for the straps. They're easily tightened, and you can add things to them like I have. I've got like my emergency whistle, and I've got my my water bladder that just sort of slots in there. Nice little bit of branding there that always looks good. So I think that's really all to mention about the actual sort of ins and outs of the bag. A couple of pros and a couple of cons. Now I'll start with the cons first. I used for my walking poles this side section here. Now I'd slotted them here through the, what would this be, the front left shoulder, and I'd slotted them here so I could easily get them out. Now the good thing is about that is it's very easily, they're easily sort of reachable, but around the back you can't tighten this, so you need to make sure that this is very tight. Now the problem I found with it is when you're going, if you're doing a bit of scrambling and you're on your hands and knees, if you are facing forward, your walking poles are susceptible to actually giving into gravity and just falling out ahead of you. It's a very minor, you know, annoyance, but if you are going to be doing a bit of climbing, then this will probably annoy you. So one way that they've obviously addressed that is on the back of the bag. On the back of the bag, where is it? Just by the adjustable straps, there is another elasticated thing. So it's a really minor problem. I just stuck them both in there, and that was the only negative thing I had with it, really. I mean, the whole thing, it feels really well made. Osprey, I mean, I really do think they are the best rucksack manufacturer. They really, you know, they really tailor make it to the people that use them. So ideal for wild campers, ideal for photographers that have got some heavy gear, that want to be camping out and want to be hiking up mountains. If you're a day hiker, then I would not recommend this bag. It's too big. I think all that you'll probably need there is something like a 35 litre, 40 litre, but this is a 68 litre, so you can get a lot of stuff in here. If you don't take a lot of stuff, then don't get a big bag. It's as simple as that. So I hope you've enjoyed this review. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe. See you again. Thank you. So the guys at Gap Year Travel Store have sent me this bag. Link is in the description. Go check them out.